All right. Hi guys, I'm your teacher. Some of you know me, some of you don't. This is what I look like. I'm sorry, I forgot I was doing this. I kind of look like a bum. That's all right. Anyways, I'm here to go over the camera worksheet with you so you guys can start taking pictures soon. So I want you to know all about a camera. Okay? Miss Blackwood, can you please pause this and put a few cameras on every table so the kids can kind of look at it while I'm going through it. That'd be great. There we go. So, you all should have a camera worksheet. Looks something like this. Alright, so this is more the inside of the camera. What happens is light comes in through the lens. So this is the light path. Comes in through the lens. It goes through your aperture. Okay. It hits a mirror right here. Bounces off that mirror into this mirror. And out the viewfinder. Okay, this is why it's called an SLR camera. We use SLR cameras. They stand for single lens reflex. It's because when we look through our camera, we're actually looking through the lens. Again, single lens reflex. Has one lens. We look through it when we take a picture. What happens is this mirror moves up. This right here is our shutter. It opens and closes and exposes our film. Let me grab a camera real fast. Okay, so the camera you have in front of you should look something like this. Okay, so light comes in here. Please don't do this. I'm going to show you, but don't do this. Here's the mirror. All right, so when we take a picture, this mirror flips up. But when we're looking through it, the light bounces off the mirror up into here and into our eyeball. And if we open up the back, this is our shutter. Our shutter opens and closes to let in light to expose our film. It is very, very, very important. You never, ever, ever touch this. This is very sensitive. It can be damaged very easily. So please don't ever touch the shutter, okay? When we put in film, you're never going to push it across. You're going to pull it. Speaking of film, you will need to be putting in film, so since you will be shooting soon, let me show you how to put film in this camera. So these are the film canisters. We have two types of film in this class. We have 400 and 100 film, and I'll go over that a little bit later, but you'll get handed film. It goes in, there's a male side and a female side. The male side goes down, and again we pull the film over to the orange. We'll close it, and what's going to happen is it's going to make a noise and load all the film for you. Okay, but we're pulling the film over. We're not pushing it because we never want to touch that shutter. Okay, so again, the light comes through. It comes through the aperture. So our aperture is a hole in the lens of our camera, and it opens or closes to let in light. Let me find another camera here. Sorry y'all, it's weird when there's not students in here. Okay, so this is a camera lens. and the aperture. It's hard to hold both. And it's not working. Why aren't you working? And I got a dud. Anyways, that hole right there, when you change your aperture, that hole gets bigger or smaller normally. I grabbed a broken one. So, this lesson's going fantastic so far. Oh man. Anyways, so we have an aperture and a shutter speed. Our aperture, like I said, opens and closes, and it controls, our aperture controls the amount of light coming in, where the shutter speed, so the shutter right here, we can make it go really fast, or we can make it go really slow. It controls the time of light coming in. These are going to be important later. All right, so our aperture controls the amount of light through that hole opening and closing, and the shutter controls the time of light by how long this is open or closed. Okay? And then what I mentioned earlier with the film, there's 2 ISOs of our film, and that controls the sensitivity of light. So let's just write this down. ISO is the film. We'll write film ISO controls the sensitivity. Okay? So we got that so far? All right, turning this over. The parts of the camera. All right, so starting here, this is our shutter release. This button right here, our shutter release. This is what we use to take a picture. It releases the shutter so it opens and closes. This here is our settings dial. It changes all the settings on our camera. Okay, our settings dial. So anything we need to change on our camera, any settings, we use this to change it. This is the screen, display screen. Some of the cameras have a display screen on the back of them right here. Okay, it's the same thing, it's just on the back. This big thing right here is the flash. Some of them you pull up, some of them you pop up. Flash wastes a lot of batteries. Please don't play with it just because. So those of you taking pictures to blind your friends right now, you can stop, because I'm sure there's someone doing it. Okay, this right here is our functions dial. So this is how we tell the camera what we're shooting. Our functions dial. This little button right here, this one does not have it because you pull up the flash, but most of them have right there. It's a little flash opener. That's how you would open the flash opener. Or you can call it flash button, that's fine too. This right here is pointed to this on the lens. This is our autofocus and manual focus switch for our camera. So some people, I like autofocus because I don't trust my eyeballs, but some people enjoy shooting manually, and sometimes when we shoot in dark situations, we have to. Okay, so this is the focus switch. And it's pointed right here. This is the back opener. It just opens the back so we can put the film in it. The back opener. Right here, it is pointing to this large ring on the inside of the lens. This is our zoom ring. It zooms in and out so we can be closer or farther away to our subject. This at the end is our focus. So when we're on manual focus, this is what you use to focus. So your zoom's up here and your focus is at the end. Our focus ring. And then finally, it's pointed to our lens, our glass lens right here. These are fragile. Don't break them. Okay, some rules. Some rules to handling cameras. Okay, rules. Number 1, when you get the camera, it should be in the off position. When you hand the camera back, it should be in the off position. Okay, so camera, always in off when not being used. Okay, sometimes this off is also a red L with a box around it. Okay, so that's for lock. All right. When you use my cameras, you always treat them with respect. Always treat my cameras with respect. They cost money. If you break it, you bought it. They're about $120 to replace, and you will have to pay for it. Okay, so you always want to treat the cameras with respect, please. They're not a toy. All right. When you're using it, you are always wearing it around your neck. Okay, you don't just go off and hold it like this. You don't hold it, the strap around your wrist. You don't swing it side to side. Wear this around your neck. I will yell at you if it's not around your neck. That is the safest place for it. Not on your backpack, not on a table, around your neck. They get pushed off tables all the time and get broken. And if that happens, you have to replace it. Okay, when you return it, as I told you, it needs to be in the off position. But you also need to fold up the strap, rubber band it. So every time you get a camera, there'll be a rubber band around the strap. Please bring it back like that. It helps me in the cabinet keep them all in order. And also if they're not rubber banded, the strap can catch on other cameras and pull them out of the cabinet and break them. So rubber band strap. When turning in. Okay, and finally, don't help yourself. Don't help yourself, okay? The camera cabinet is not open for you to just come in and take a camera and take a roll of film. You need to ask for a camera all the time. For the first quarter, you will not be allowed to take any cameras home. You will be doing all your shooting at school. But at second quarter, you will be able to check them out, and we'll go over that stuff and how to go about that then. So when you're here at school, though, it's not just go grab a camera. You need to ask for it. You need to wait your turn. And when you return it, please just put them on the desk so we can check them back in. Okay? So that is the camera. I hope that was okay. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's so different when I'm not here and I'm trying to make a video. Hopefully you understood all that because you will have a quiz on it. All right. So Miss Blackwood will tell you about that, and I will see you all soon.